Welcome to another exciting edition of Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy. Today we're going to talk about probably one of the most important things that you can do if you have an eBay business, and it'll also help you elsewhere in life. And this is kind of funny because I'm very, very good at this usually, yet I'm not on eBay for some reason. And that's you need a schedule. And I'm kind of thinking about this as I transition out of my day job. I've got 3 years, 5 months, and 12 days till I retire, but who's counting? And at that point, when I finally am able to retire, I want to ramp up the eBay a lot higher than it is now. I'm going a lot of different directions in my head. I'd love to find a place like Mr. Magazine has, not that size, obviously. I'm considering whether to hire employees, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. My big fear on that, of course, is you hire somebody, you've got all those expenses with workers' compensation, payroll company, et cetera, et cetera. You have to pay them, obviously, but the Department of Labor doesn't allow you any excuses. So let's say my internet's down for a couple of days and I'm not able to make any sales. If they worked, I still owe them money, that sort of thing. You open yourselves up to all kind of liability. And then, of course, if you do get a place, whether you rent it or buy it, you've got either rent or mortgage, you've got utilities, you got alarms, you got all these different expenses having to go with it. Say I bought a warehouse or got a warehouse, I've got shelving. Those are not cheap. Just to give you an idea, when you've seen some of those videos of Mr. Magazine's warehouse, those Hartman systems, they cost about $1,000 per unit for the pieces and then have it assembled. So you're definitely putting some money into it in order to get things going. So I'm thinking about, do I want to go that route? And my big fear with going that route is I hire somebody, I get myself a warehouse, it increases my sales by exactly the amount that it costs me in employees and for the warehouse. So I'd end up basically giving my stuff away for free. So there's a lot of different things to think about for it. But one of the things that I realized that I do not do as well when I'm going with eBay as I should, but I do it well in other parts of my life, are to get a schedule. And I'm not certain why, but what will end up happening is it'll be a Saturday afternoon and I'll be listing stuff. And I'll be listing, and suddenly an email will come in. I'll stop listing, go look at the email. Then I'll go back into listing. Oh, another email came in. I'll go look. Oh, it's an offer. Let me accept the offer. I accept the offer. I go back into listing. Email comes in. Oh, they paid. Great. Let me go find this item. Then I'll go find the item and pack the item and come back and I start listing again. And doing it kind of part-time as I'm doing now and kind of trying to, leisurely enjoy a Saturday afternoon type deal and not pushing myself all that hard on the Saturday afternoon. It's fine to do it that way. But I've come to the realization that when I'm doing it full time, there is no way that I can do it that way because it is incredibly inefficient to do. And it's interesting because in all other aspects of my life, I try to be very, very efficient on things. Yet on this eBay, I'm a lot less efficient than I used to be. And it's just interesting, and it's something other that I definitely need to fix. But I am going to tell you that if you have any hopes to do this full time, or you're doing it after you retire, or doing it on weekends, or whatever, get yourself a schedule. Now, obviously, there are things that need to be changed in your schedule as things warrant. If a family situation arises, it's not exactly like you can tell your wife, "Well, gee, I'm sorry you can't get to work, but it's 6:30 and I'm listing right now. Too bad." No, obviously you change things to help out with the family. And another thing, just because of the how unpredictable buying opportunities can be, you need to be flexible with that as well. In other words, I may plan to list from 6 o'clock to noon every single day, but then I go online and I see that there's an incredible estate sale, at 9:30 on a Thursday. Guess what? I can list tomorrow because this is a great buying opportunity, that kind of deal. And you can't exactly just say, "Oh, I'm only going to go out to estate sales on Saturdays," because what if there aren't any good sales on the Saturday and the good sales on Thursday? So you need some level of flexibility. But taking that out of the equation, what you need to do is sit down. And let's say that your workday starts at 8 o'clock and you're going to work from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. You need to sit down, you turn the computer on, You start answering emails, accepting offers. There you go. That's 8, well, hopefully the rest of the day accepting offers. But realistically, it's probably, 8 to 8:15 or whatever. You sit there and you do that. Then you go and you find your items, and that'll take you till whenever. Then you go print the postage, pack the items, etc., etc. So you allocate until 9:30 or 10 o'clock to do all that sort of thing. Then you're into listing. And that's what you do. From 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you list. You don't answer emails. You don't take offers. You don't find anything. You have to be in the listing zone for a period of time. Then after that happens, when you're done listing, 2 o'clock, you're done listing, you've met your goal for the day, whether it's how many hours you're going to list, whether it's what dollar amount you're going to list, whether it's how many items you're going to get up, whatever the case happens to be. Then you sit down into the next thing. Hey, I'm going to re-answer any emails that came in during the day. I'm going to find everything, and then I'm going to call it a day. But you absolutely need to do a schedule, because the haphazard way that I find myself doing it is incredibly inefficient, and I'm definitely wasting a fair amount of time doing it. I do realize it, and I do realize that certainly when I'm retired, I need to make changes on it. Currently, because it is part-time and I'm kind of halfway leisurely, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to change. I've got other interests going on, that sort of thing. So I do what I can when I can. And obviously the day job currently takes precedence over everything. But let me tell you, make a schedule, write the schedule down. You'd be amazed how much time you're wasting, just jumping back and forth between email, or you jump back and forth between a Facebook feed that you're watching. And it isn't necessarily a bad Facebook feed. You're not necessarily watching your friend who went on a skiing trip. It's a business type deal. It's an eBay Facebook page or whatever. But you jump over to it, you read through, you scroll through, you make a couple of comments on it, you jump back, and next thing you know, you've listed one item in 45 minutes because you've done all this other stuff. And as the old adage goes, you can't sell it if it's not listed for sale. So get yourself a schedule, stick to the schedule, and have a little discipline on it, and you will reap rewards. Until next video.